Installment 6 of Mr. Rainier Helps Us with Our Homework. Today I'm going to help you with problem number 17 from section 3.1. Now problem 17 in section 3.1, it concentrates on the idea that the derivative is a number. We often think of it as a limit, but what we have to remember is that when we evaluate that limit, if it exists, we're going to get a numerical value for the derivative. So if the limit exists, the derivative is going to be a number. Now, in the context of problem 17, that number represents the slope of the tangent line to the curve that we're given in problem 17 at the points that problem 17 specifically asks about. Now, if you take a look at your book, it'd probably be easiest to do this while looking at the graph in your book. If you look at your book, you'll notice that they ask us to order 5 numbers. Those numbers being 0, the derivative at -2, the derivative at 0, the derivative at 2, and then finally the derivative at 4. So if we take a look at the graph, remembering that the derivative is the slope of the tangent line to the curve. So the slope of the tangent line, we all know what a tangent line looks like. So without writing in your book, of course, take a look at the curve and just trace with your finger what you think the slope of the tangent line would look like at the 4 points you're given. 0 is a number, so we know we don't have to do anything there. So first we get g prime of -2. If you look at the graph at -2 is an x-intercept as it turns out, and the graph is increasing as it passes through the point -2, and it's relatively steep. So the derivative at -2 of g is going to be a positive number because the function is increasing, and it's going to be a relatively large positive number because of the steepness of the curve at -2. Contrast that to what's happening at 0, where at 0 the function's decreasing as it passes through 0, and the slope there, negative, is approximately, you can look at that and you can argue it's pretty close to -1. At +2, the graph is now switched. It's now increasing again as it passes through +2 with a slope that's pretty close to +1 again. And as we proceed along the curve continues to increase. When we get to x equals 4, you can see that the curve is not increasing as quickly. We'll learn a phrase for that down the road, but right now we'll just say not increasing as quickly. So at 4, it still has a positive slope. The tangent line still has a slope that's positive, but it's not as steep, for example, as it was at -2. So now we have to take a look at each of these 4 derivatives and put them in order. So smallest to largest, the negative value, the derivative at 0, the slope of the tangent line we decided at 0 was negative, that's going to be our smallest value. So we're going to put that one down first. Now the slope at the other 3 points that we were given, -2, +2, and 4, the slope at each one of those points is positive. The graph is increasing there. So those are going to all be bigger than 0. So again, ordering them from smallest to largest, we would have the derivative at 0, that would be our smallest value. Now that's negative, so 0 is bigger than that, so 0 comes next in the list. And now we're going to take a look at the graph and ask ourselves, at which of these 3 points, remember those points being x is 0, is gone. So we're not going to use that one. We're going to use x is -2, x is 2, and x is 4. At those 3 points, which one has the least steep tangent line? And that's going to be 4. The slope of the tangent line at 4 is not nearly as steep as the slope of the tangent line at 2. And of course, by extension, it's not nearly as steep as the slope of the tangent line at -2. So now we have the derivative at 0. That's negative. That's first. We have 0 because that's just a number. And then our smallest positive slope we decided was the derivative at 4. And now we're left with comparing the values at plus and -2. Well, it's steepest at -2. So that's going to be our largest value. The derivative at -2 is our biggest derivative. That's our steepest slope. So in order from smallest to largest, we get the derivative at 0. We get 0. We get the derivative at 4, followed by the derivative at +2. And then the biggest value we have is the derivative at -2. Okay, so that finishes problem 17. Now I'll leave you one thing to think about. Draw that curve on a piece of paper and then draw your tangent lines to the curve and see where they lie relative to the curve itself. See if they lie above the curve or below the curve. In a few days, we'll talk about what that means. Have a great day.